getting a real cold tonight, minus 17 overnight. Kayla Harris is here with a Sportsnet Central update. Kayla, weird game in Florida, however, Leafs won yesterday.
Yeah, it was weird, Dean. The Maple Leafs putting an end to their 16-game losing streak on the road. Panthers goaltending took a beating last night. Roberto Luongo left the game after the first period with an upper body injury. Al Montoya injured his groin in the third. He was in rough shape. Peter Holland scoring the eventual winner on him as Toronto edged Florida 3-2. Luongo did eventually come back into the game after wearing street clothes. Even 41-year-old goalie Rob Tallis, goalie coach make that Rob Tallis, was ready to go in. Nazem Kadri and Tyler Bozak also scored for the Maple Leafs as they picked up their first win away from the ACC in 2015. Before the game, Phil Kessel defended Dion Phaneuf and how he gets pounded by the media here in Toronto. The captain appreciated his teammates' comments.
It means a lot that Phil said that. I have a lot of respect for Phil and the way that he deals with everything and the way that he plays the game.
All right, to the NFL, Rex Ryan loves to run the ball. The Bills getting one of the top running backs around the league. The Eagles have agreed to send LaShawn McCoy to Buffalo in exchange for young linebacker Kiko Alonso. LeBron James and the Cavaliers smoked the Celtics 110-79. The Raptors home to Cleveland tonight. Toronto is second in the East. A half game up on the Bulls. It's a 7:30 tip on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Eric Smith and Paul Jones have a pregame at 7 o'clock. The Toronto Blue Jays lost their first game at spring training, falling 8-7 to the Pittsburgh Pirates in Dunedin. Aaron Sanchez got lit up for 5 runs and 1 1/3. Both teams back at it this afternoon. Marcus Stroman is on the hill. Catch the game on Sportsnet590.ca. First pitch will go after 1 o'clock. You're listening to the home of Leafs Nation, Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Blundell and company.
Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners.
Now more of Team Blundell and company on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
6:01, Toronto Maple Leafs, the gift that keeps on giving, specifically with Phil Kessel. Not only do they walk into Florida and win one in a row.
Hey, what happened?
They also make news because Phil Kessel subbed Dion Phaneuf in a legendary. Is that as angry as we'll see Phil Kessel ever? Like I think that's Phil Kessel's angry voice, which wasn't, to the naked ear extremely angry, but it's just Phil basically summoned reporters over to his stall and said, "I got something for you. I'm disappointed in all of you." It's embarrassing.
That's Wisconsin angry, Dean.
It's embarrassing.
And God bless him for doing it. That's a big story today. Phil Kessel sticking up for Dion Phaneuf, and we'll get to what Dion Phaneuf said in response to it. He appreciated it. So did Peter Horacek. And about time they actually started to fight back a little bit. That's been the amazing thing to me, being in this market and watching people dump on athletes for the last 15 years, is that it seems like specifically print media can abuse people, and not just their effort or their character, but they can say whatever they want, and the second you fight back, there's an article in the Globe, some guy was like, "Oh, well, you know what, Phil's got to remember, we got a long memory after that." But you're not human if you don't recognize the fact that there's been a significant run. And not just Phil Kessel, but Tyler Bozak and Joffrey Lupul, who's no comment. That's all he's saying now. He gets in a scrum, he said no comment. I don't blame him. Do you?
The personal attack, that tweet, and it all stems from that as well. And you can't blame Phil. And at least he was sticking up for Dion, never mentioned himself once. And Dean, that's a guy who gets it just as much as Dion Phaneuf. Everybody likes to crap on Phil Kessel. And to Phil Kessel's defense,
He's an easy target.
guy's never missed a game. He does
400 games.
Right. He does play while he's banged up, and people seem to think that he doesn't maybe put the maximum effort on the ice. And that's fair. If you want to criticize Phil Kessel, if he's not back-checking on a specific play and there's evidence of you seeing that, that's fine. That's completely fair. But to attack guys off the ice for specific things, not so much. There's that fine line. It's okay to be criticized if you're playing poorly because that's the job of the fans and the media, but when it comes to personal attacks, you're going a little bit far.
A lot of this stems from a tweet that appeared on the other guy's network during trade deadline, and it kind of snuck its way through, and it was incredibly inappropriate, shouldn't have been aired. And since then, I believe Joffrey Lupul, Alicia Cuthbert, and Dion Phaneuf have retained legal counsel. So, I don't want to get into that. It's none of our business, none of my business, and not worth the conversation. However, what it does do is take a magnifying glass and shine it directly at the issue at hand here, which is between social networking and print media, and media by and large. Are we unfairly criticizing athletes in Toronto, and then is subsequently getting incredibly personal? Here's Phil Kessel with his rant yesterday.
He's the best defenseman, and you guys act like he's, not trying out there, and it's embarrassing. Is it his fault we're losing? No. Did he build this team? No. Not Dion Phaneuf. The stuff he takes, the crap he takes, things people say, I'm just tired of it here. He's owed some apologies to some people, and it's disgusting the way people treat him.
Disgusting. And embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. But it is. Forget you, letter G.
It's embarrassing.
He's mad at print media and the letter G.
This press conference not brought to you by the letter G.
Yeah. But is that not a question we should all probably ask ourselves?